disrupt the illegal work that's happening in the harvest trail industry. We're not just focusing on the workers, but also their employers.
Did the amount you were paid match up with how much you should have gotten?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's good.
It matched?
Yeah.
Okay.
People working without visas or working illegally on their visas, it can lead to poor pay practices and dangerous practices. And so as part of that, we try and disrupt those industries where they're using illegal workers and not really checking visas properly.
While he has been cooperative during the interview, a call must be made on his future in Australia.
He said his clear intention was to stay here and work as long as he could. His intention was to live here as long as he could.
Border Force officers will now inform him of their decision.
You're going to go into ongoing immigration detention. So what that means is you will be coming with us. Do you understand that? So what will happen is we'll finish up here, okay, and then you'll be transported to an immigration detention centre. From there, your options will be discussed.
Mr. Lee did arrive in Australia on a visa that did not allow work, with the intention to work at the beginning, which of course is not what that visa is for. And so this has sort of led to where he is at today.
They don't look like normal pills.
These look like party pills.
Photos of some very suspicious pills have been located in this woman's phone after a swab from her belongings tested positive for drugs.
My major concern is she's carrying narcotics in her bags or on her person.
And now, officers will conduct another test with a swab from her luggage.
GHB.
Be now.
It's another positive result, this time for a different and deadly substance.
GHB is a dangerous drug, and it's what's known as a date rape drug.
Officers now step up the investigation, and the passenger is taken to a private interview room for further questioning.
We'll get the interpreter going so I can actually talk to her in there. Bruce?
And it doesn't take long for officers to find out what they are looking for, and it might land the woman in very serious trouble.
We located a picture on her phone, pills in it, and then we questioned her about it, and then she sort of flipped out a little bit, and then she's pulled these out of the bag.
Items belonging to this passenger have tested positive for traces of cocaine, ketamine, and GHB. And now a suspicious bag containing a number of pills has been found in her possession.
She's pulled these out of her bag, so we're just going to test them now. They've got specks in them. They look like ecstasy. They really do.
Officer Jenner asks the passenger to clarify exactly what it is that she's carrying into the country.
What is in this pill I am pointing to? What is it?
Yeah.
Medication. What is it? Tell me what the medication is.
Just be honest.
佢知啱啱先開俾我啫喎，都未食過添。
It was only prescribed to me just then, so I don't know.
The passenger will not identify the pills, so they must now undergo thorough investigation.
So we'll perform a test on them, just to get an accurate reading.
But the highly accurate first offender test comes back negative.
Nothing. No. It's probably not coming up with anything because it's probably just herbs and stuff. Like if it is Chinese medicine, because it usually is something, it will come up straight away.
And a secondary NIC test confirms that the pills are not illicit drugs.
I am looking for any colour change because it can go 3 or 4 different colours and it hasn't changed at all.
Despite her belongings returning positive for traces of cocaine, ketamine and GHB, an exhaustive investigation has has revealed that the woman is not attempting to bring any narcotics into the country today. So she is now free to cross the border.
After the drug readings that we had, it is possible that her or her friends may use illicit drugs, but I'm confident nothing is coming through this airport today with this passenger.
This woman has received a fine importing restricted items, but she claims to be unable to pay.
Well, then she'll have to go back to immigration.
However, her son has now been located waiting outside, and he's dismayed with the contents of his mother's luggage.
We found all these seeds in the baby clothes. Obviously, she's bringing in baby clothes. So she had all these tucked in baby clothes, okay? And she also had that, okay?
Didn't know that. Otherwise, I told her many times, you know,
Yeah, well,
not to bring anything into Australia. Australian customs is very strict.
yes, that's right. And she also had plant material, fresh plant material. And these were in the shoe, in baby shoes. She failed to tell me, okay? So
I
that's,
apologize for that.
well, she's going to be fined $360 today. Okay?
I do apologize for that. It's not
Okay.
going to happen again.
Well, she won't happen again because we're going to put her on a report. So every time she travels through, we're going to be looking in her bags. Okay?
So, after the high-risk items are confiscated and destroyed, one very forgiving son pays her fine.
And this gentleman's paying for his mum $360.
She can now enter the country, having learned a valuable lesson at his expense.
Do you want to see how good you can get? Because it's scary.
This view that your abilities were infinitely developable, we call a
Today, in Adelaide, Officer Amy and her detective dog Gordo are on duty. And Gordo has already shown interest in a family returning from Cambodia and indicated that this elderly woman may be concealing something illicit.
My detector dog showed interest to her body and nosed into her stomach area and the bag that was sitting on her stomach.
And so who pays for your grandma when you go overseas? Family, how does that? Is she on a pension or and that covers it? Yeah.
Anyone entering Australia can be subject to screening, no matter who they are or what their circumstances, even the elderly, as criminal syndicates have been known to prey on the most vulnerable in the community, using them to act as couriers.
often do you guys go back and forth? Yearly, yeah.
Officer Lily now focuses her search on the handbag that the elderly woman was carrying when the detective dog reacted to her.
And how long has your grandma been living here?
26 years.
Yeah.
A swab has been taken from the handbag, which will indicate any traces of illegal substances.
Fairly strong rating as well.
Today, in Sydney, Biosecurity Officer Greg has spotted several items of possible concern in the luggage of this family arriving from the Middle East.
They haven't declared anything on the passenger cards. So what we're seeing on the X-ray, in particular, is these images here. We've also got other food in another suitcase. It could be nuts or sweets. So I'm going to get an officer to have a look.
So with question 6 and 7, any grains, nuts, number 7?
No.
Anything made out of plants? Any food in the bags?
No.
Okay, we're going to open the bags and we'll have a look.
Officer Susan soon discovers packets of Middle Eastern sweets, and they contain ingredients listed on the declaration card.
You see, sir, how there's nuts? There's nuts in the sweet. You see nuts again, there's nuts. Nuts again.
And the traditional treats keep on coming.
See how there's dried flowers on top? This must be declared. It's part of a plant, it's a flower.
The family seem genuinely unaware that these simple items may be a problem, which is why they should have declared their food items so that biosecurity officers can make an informed decision.
When you came here, you could have said to us, I have food. I don't know what to fill out, but I have some type of
Now
nuts.
I have food.
Now it's too late.
Why?
Because, no, it's too late. This is your responsibility because this is a legal document. You signed something that you don't know. There's 4 chances on 4 cards. Nothing. No, everywhere.
Yeah. I did know. I did know.
Australian Border Force has taken aside a woman who's returning to Sydney after a short trip home to Thailand.
So interview commenced at 10:01 hours.
She's requested the help of an interpreter, despite having lived in Australia on a student visa for an extended period of time for the sole purpose of studying English.
Our records show that you completed your English course last year and then you were due to start a diploma of business. So what's the reason that you returned to Thailand instead of commencing your studies?
ไม่ติดต่อมาที่กลับไทยไปเพื่อที่ไปดูแล
What's your intention of coming into Australia today?
เข้ามาเพื่อที่จะ
The woman explains that her language skills are still not good enough to begin her business studies and instead needs to enroll in another English course.
So do you have a confirmation of enrolment or a letter of offer from any education provider?
จดหมายไม่มีค่ะแต่ทางจริงเขาโทรไปหา
To maintain a student visa, you need to be enrolled in a course. So if you don't have a letter of offer, it appears that you may be in breach of your visa conditions today.
If you're into slots like I am, keep watching. If you're not, keep scrolling. So I found this site called Betty.ca, and I honestly love it.
Further checks of the woman's academic record are made, and what is discovered casts serious doubts on her commitment to being a legitimate student.
Actually, she's had 2 English courses cancelled by the looks of it previously, and obviously this will be her 3rd attempt.
Even more concerning is her lack of documentation confirming her current enrolment in any course, which is a strict requirement of her student visa.
So I don't know whether the agent is able to organise a letter of offer, but that's what it basically hinges on at this point.
In Adelaide, Detector dog Gordo has reacted to this elderly woman who is returning from Cambodia with her 2 grandsons.
My detector dog nosed into her stomach area and the bag that was sitting on her stomach.
A swab test of that handbag has returned a positive result for ephedrine, a substance used in the manufacturing of methamphetamine.
Do you know why it may have come up with that reading at all?
No.
No, you don't use anything like that? And this bag, has this been in her possession the whole time?
Yeah.
Is this like a daily handbag that she uses?
Yeah, she takes it to the
Through her grandsons, the woman is asked if she is concealing anything around her waist.
She's showing me that she's got nothing here. Does she have anything else in any pockets at all? Because what we may have to do to alleviate any concerns that we have is do a frisk search today on your grandmother.
With the help of her grandson, officers make sure the passenger is willing and able to stand for the frisk search.
But what I really need to do is to read this card, to understand the card so that you can translate it to her, and she needs to understand it as well.
The woman agrees to the frisk search, which is conducted by a female officer. Officer Tara feels an inconsistency around the woman's waist and signals to a fellow officer that she may have found a sizable concealment.
The customs officer has felt something under her bra and in her underwear.
With a positive drug swab and now a possible concealment, officers suspect the elderly woman may be trying to smuggle something across the border, and their investigation needs to be stepped up.
We'll need to upgrade this now.
There's 4 chances on 4 cards. Nothing. No, 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 everywhere.
In Sydney, a family arriving from the Middle East has failed to declare any foodstuffs.
Yeah, so this is a food. You put it in your mouth. Yeah? If you're not sure, look. If unsure, say yes. There's a lot here. You need to declare it.
Anyway, I'm not upset. Thanks for you for next time. I know for next time.
It seems the passenger is starting to get the message, but it may be a little too late, as this item is of particular concern.
This one isn't allowed. It's not ground like this. And it's got the stems, you see? That can have all sorts of viruses, bacteria in it. This needs to be destroyed.
Officer Greg returns to examine the item.
So it's a tea, is it?
Yeah.
Do you buy this in the markets?
No, from the garden.
So you've taken this out of the garden?
Yeah.
You can't keep it.
The unidentified plant could harbour foreign pests and diseases, and the family may be facing a hefty penalty.
What they can do? The point is, the passengers haven't declared anything, and it's large quantities. And we'll just establish whether or not there is going to be a penalty imposed or not. And that's what we're working at the moment. What would you classify this as?
I think oregano.
I would think it's herbs.
There does seem to be a slight language barrier, so Officer Susan tries to clarify the situation in Arabic.
What are you explaining to me now?
He's saying, oh, if you give me a chance for next time, then I would know.
With further explanation, the visitor has learned a valuable lesson about the importance of declaring all items correctly.
The officer conversed with the passenger in Arabic, and as a result of that conversation, we decided to give them a written warning, and that written warning is about education, and they were advised, both English and Arabic, that if they do that again, there could be heavy fines for failing to declare.
تفهم علي؟ Okay.
A Thai woman who's been living in Australia on a student visa for several years says she's returning from a short trip to Thailand, and now she's back to continue her studies.
Actually, she's had 2 English courses cancelled by the looks of it previously, and obviously this will be her 3rd attempt.
What we're trying to establish here is whether there's an ulterior motive
To being on shore.
to being on shore for employment purposes rather than education purposes.
Correct.
Officer Alicia continues the investigation.
So do you have sufficient funds today to enrol in a course?
My husband rather is going to pay for me because I will look after his father.
And does your husband work in Australia?
ทำที่ไหนคะ He works 2 days a week in a restaurant.
Could you please just give me the contact details of your brother-in-law and your husband as well?
Yes, I can.
First, Officer Alicia will try to make contact with the woman's husband to verify her story. The woman's future in Australia may now rest on officers being able to contact him.
Call can't be connected.
And Officer Ross has just made a sudden discovery. Her husband is named as a dependent on her visa, so contacting him is now becoming a matter of urgency if they both wish to remain in the country.
We need to speak to him because if we cancel her visa, his visa's cancelled also.
Correct.
After a reaction from a detector dog and a positive result for a drug precursor, Australian Border Force officers have felt a possible concealment on the body of this elderly woman.
The other officer has felt something under her bra and in her underwear.
Inside her underwear.
And here and here. She hasn't got an injury where she's got a bandage or anything. Her undies. Her undies, and that's all. She hasn't got any.
She said there's nothing else there.
But officers strongly suspect that there is something deliberately hidden under her clothing, and the woman's situation is becoming extremely serious.
So they're going to take her into a room and search her to see how much she conceals there.
It's now 11 o'clock. Yeah, she's formally detained now for it's called a Category B2 search. We're going to search her body, okay? Just let her know that she'll be coming with us and we'll search her in that room, okay? So just let her know.
Yeah, แล้วถ้าគេយកឯងទៅអាបន្ទប់នោះហើយគេដោះកៅអៅចេញមើល Explain to her that if she has anything there, just go in there and show what she's got.
Yeah.
So make everything easier.
That's what's going to happen. We won't need to take her clothes right down and if she can present what she's got. Okay?
The passenger is led to a private room where female officers will conduct the external search. This Thai woman is attempting to re-enter Australia on a student visa, but officers suspect that her real reason for continuing to live here has nothing to do with her studies.
There's no evidence that this girl would engage in education purposes in a genuine manner.
Her husband's right to reside in Australia is dependent on her visa. But this may be short-lived if he cannot be contacted soon to verify that she is a legitimate student.
I'm unable to contact the husband still. I keep getting a no answer on his mobile.
A lot is riding on the phone call, as he may also be removed from the country if her visa is cancelled.
Call can't be connected. I've called this at least 8 times now.
However, Officer Alicia has been able to contact the woman's brother-in-law to confirm that he intends to pay for her upcoming enrolment. But it turns out he's already given her the money.
He said that he gave her $700 to pay for the course herself, which is contradictory to what she has actually said, because she said that he was going to organise payment with the migration agent.
Officers are now confident that the woman hasn't been entirely truthful, and with the lack of evidence that she's enrolled to undertake any further study, it's more than likely that she will breach the conditions of her student visa.
So based upon all of the information available to me and your interview, a decision has been made to cancel your visa today. And So has your dependent. So your husband's visa has now been cancelled. I'm unable to get in contact with your husband, but I strongly suggest that you contact him to let him know of his immigration status because he's currently unlawful in the community.
We have gone to extreme lengths to make contact with her husband, but we can't find the man. So we will now attempt to seek other methods of contact to inform him that his visa has been cancelled as a consequence to her visa cancellation.
At the Sydney Mail Centre, Australian Border Force officer Carly has noticed a very subtle sign that there could be a problem with the contents of this box from Brazil.
Can you come over and look at this? I think that looks a bit weird.
Yeah, what's it declared as?
Designer chest set. It's just a bit uneven, like in the density of it.
Yeah, so you think it'll be all even the whole way through, but it looks a bit powderish.
The package is first opened by Australia Post and then taken to the tool room for inspection.
Man, it's heavy.
Without the packaging material to interfere with the X-ray, this scan should give a much better image to show how the board is constructed.
Look at this border around here. See there's a gap between the frame and the inside?
Do you think maybe like it's been hollowed out?
Yeah, well, the board looks pretty solid, but you wouldn't have that gap there. It's like it's air or something. I reckon there's something in there.
The officers have no choice but to drill a hole through the chessboard and see if there is anything sinister lurking inside.
She's formally detained now for it's called a Category B2 search, and the search her body, okay? Just let her know that she'll be coming with us.
In Adelaide, an elderly woman is being taken to a private room for an external search, as officers have serious concerns that she is attempting to smuggle something across the border.
The customs officer has felt something under her bra and in her underwear.
Inside the room, the search is now complete, and it's confirmed that she does have a concealment. But despite the swab of her handbag testing positive for ephedrine, it's not narcotic. Officers find.
Cash breach, yes, more than $10,000 in currency.
The woman had stuffed wads of $100 notes in her underwear. It amounts to more than $10,000, which should have been declared, and this is now a matter for the Australian Federal Police.
So if you can just let her know that the supervisor is contacting the police and they're going to come in and talk to her.
If it's determined the money is the proceeds of crime or money laundering, it will be confiscated and the woman could face heavy fines or even imprisonment.
Hey, come around. Yeah.
It's been a good find for Detective Dog Gorda.
Good boy.
Precision, power, and performance. All in one compact CNC platform. 3 kilowatt, 9,000 RPM VT30 spindle. 400 millimeters of X-axis travel and 500 millimeters on the Y-axis. Rapid speeds up to 30 meters per minute. Under 1.5 meters wide and 2.1 meters tall. The CanCam X540. Industrial manufacturing at your fingertips.
the Sydney Mail Centre, what appears to be a solid timber chessboard from Brazil shows signs that it has a concealment hidden inside.
There it goes.
Through, is it?
It is very solid. Ah, there it goes.
Feel high, can you?
Yeah, it's like it hit some sort of a cavity in there.
See the white powder on the drill bit there.
Yeah.
The powder will first be tested using the hazmat machine to identify the possible narcotic. And coming out of South America, it is expected to be cocaine.
Wow, Dave, look at that. Methylene dioxymethamphetamine, MDMA.
MDMA, yeah.
Yeah. You don't usually see it in white powdered form like
It's
that.
usually brownie colour.
Yeah.
Usually more crystal.
As it is surprising to find this type of drug coming from Brazil. Just to be sure, officers decide to confirm the result with specific MDMA test kits.
If it is in fact MDMA, this one should go black. There we go. That's exactly what we expected. And for this test to go a really bright blue colour. There we go. Which is, again, is confirmed that it's MDMA or ecstasy, which is a really good seizure for us. We're expecting that it's about approximately 5 kilos of powdered MDMA. So we'll handle that, hand it over to the AFP and they'll investigate it further.
At Sydney Airport, the early morning rush has just begun, and Australian Border Force officers are already questioning this Argentinian man as to why he is returning after taking an unusually quick trip to South America.
You left 5 days ago. Yeah. What reason did you leave 5 days ago? It was cheaper for me to go now for Sundays, then come back, and then go directly to the United States. Who's paying for all these trips? You? Father, relative? My father and me. Father and you? Yeah. Okay.
The young man is travelling with a snowboard, but this seems a little unusual as it's currently not the snow season here or in South America. Plus, he claims the board is not even his. A swab test will help determine if it requires any further investigating.
Given a positive read for cocaine, so let's continue going through the bag and see what else we can find.
While the swab test was being conducted, the young man admitted that he regularly uses marijuana. But that doesn't explain the cocaine readings.
So, I'm going to ask you again. I know you've admitted to using marijuana to me, but have you used cocaine before? So why do you think I'm getting readings off this equipment?
Yes, it went up because maybe the owner did, not me.
The owner, okay. So we're gonna go through all of your gear here now, just to make sure that you don't have any cocaine on you today, okay?
The board will need to be x-rayed to see if there could be anything concealed inside. But this could be the least of his worries, as officers have just located a plastic bag containing very large bundles of cash. Biosecurity detector dogs patrol all of Australia's international airports, helping to reduce the risk of serious pests and diseases from entering the country. And today in Brisbane, a detector dog has reacted to the luggage of this man, arriving off a flight from Hong Kong.
Holiday visit my son.
And you're going to go fishing while you're here?
I'm with my son just for fishing.
The keen fisherman has packed various pieces of equipment that Biosecurity Officer Andrew needs to inspect closely.
What's in this container?
Pistol.
Do you have any other fishing tackle?
Just
the
the
rod?
rod, yeah.
They're all clean, so they're fine. Because you use bait when you fish, it may have come in contact with animals, so we just need to make sure that it is clean and then it is okay.
It's very interesting.
The hooks and rod get the all clear, and the man has confirmed that he has nothing to declare.
but the search will continue for what may have caused the dog to react.
Planning on doing any lure fishing while you're here? I just for fish. Or just live bait fishing? Any fly fishing with synthetic bait? No. I'm just going to have a look at these.
Then, at the bottom of the man's backpack, Officer Andrew finds a suspicious package. And what is discovered inside is one of the highest possible biosecurity risks.
So these are alive.
At Sydney Airport, a Chinese passenger has just arrived off a flight from Beijing. Mr. Wang is traveling on a short-stay business visa, which holds specific conditions.
So business travellers that are coming in on this type of visa are usually here for conventions, meetings, short stays. They're not allowed to work while they're in Australia. It's solely for the purpose of conducting business.
The visa is also intended for short-term visits only. And what is concerning officers is that records indicate that Mr. Wang recently came to Australia on the same visa and ended up staying for over 3 months.
So Mr. Wang, we're going to commence the interview process now, okay? So explain to me what you were doing for the 3 months that you were in Australia.
我们是几个朋友和我看卖陶瓷的。
Okay, me and my friend, we are in a partnership to sell ceramic products.
Mr. Wang continues to tell Officer Greg his previous trip was to deliver an order of ceramics to his friend Mr. Lin, who owns a store in Sydney.
Now, Mr. Wang, what is the name of the company that you work for?
公司是一个其实的。
I don't really remember the name of the company.
You need to be able to tell me what the name of your company is in China.
这忘了，不是以前记得。
I just forgot.
Do you have a business card at all?
别带在身上，带来。
No, I don't have my business card with me.
Okay, so the reason I'm questioning you is because you're not giving me straight answers. And we'll be here all day if you want to keep going around the bush. So don't lie to me anymore, okay, and give me the straight answers. Okay, so let's start with what the name of your company is.
So you just went to Argentina?
Only Argentina.
So how long was your trip? 5 days.
5 days, I tried 24
So
hours.
one day travelling there, one day travelling back.
I stayed there Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday morning I start coming here.
Officers are becoming increasingly concerned that this Argentinian man may be carrying drugs.
He's on a working holiday visa. He's been in and out of Australia a good number of times. Sometimes long, sometimes short. So his last journey was literally less than a week.
And that's not all. The snowboard that he claims to be carrying for a friend has tested positive for traces of cocaine. And now a large bundle of cash has been found in his bag.
Why are you carrying so much cash with you?
Because in Argentina now they don't allow you to take the money out. If you use the credit card, they charge you a 50% more. And when how do you say, the rate that you change, for example, 8 pesos, $1, 50% more.
So where did you get cash from?
From my parents.
Okay, what does your father do?
Working in Western Union.
Sorry?
Western Union.
He works for Western Union. Really?
Western Union is a company that specializes in transferring money around the world. So it seems very strange that his father would have given him so much cash.
Yeah, I think it sounds very stupid, but reading the internet that I know, but you understand, he works for Western Union. Yeah,
I know,
but he couldn't transfer money, and that's all cash.
It's prohibited in Argentina because there are lot of
No,
economic problems.
It's a lot of cash to be carried.
And there are still concerns with the snowball, as it has just been x-rayed and it shows a section in the middle that could possibly be a concealment. As the construction of the board is sealed, there is only one way to check if there is a substance hidden inside.
Don't lie to me anymore, okay? And give me the straight answers. Okay? So let's start with what the name of your company is.
In Sydney, Mr. Wang is trying to enter Australia on a short-stay business visa. But he can't seem to back up his story with the simplest of details.
You need to be able to tell me what the name of your company is in China. Okay? You don't know.
Officer Greg has serious doubts that the only reason for his trip to Sydney is to conduct meetings to expand his ceramics business back in Beijing.
He cannot provide you with any business cards. He cannot provide you with any business meetings. He can't provide you with negotiation contracts. He can't produce any paperwork pertaining to that activity.
Nothing.
What officers do believe is that when Mr. Wang was recently here on a similar trip, he worked illegally for a friend named Mr. Lin in his ceramics shop, and he intends to do the same again.
Are you working in the shop for Mr. Lin?
No, I wasn't working for him. I was helping.
I do not believe that after you've unloaded a shipment of goods that you've sold to a company many miles away from where you live, that you would then stay while you're not getting paid to help price it up, and then you've stayed another 6 weeks, and you can't tell me anything that you've done for the next 6 weeks. This is not something a business operator does.
What Mr. Wang doesn't realize is that officers have discovered evidence on his mobile phone that suggests he was working in breach of his visa conditions.
Mr. Wang, this message says that you're about to close the shop. Yes or no? Okay, what shop? Lin's shop. Why are you closing Mr. Lin's shop?
I was with Mr. Lee. We finished our dinner and we were about to close the shop.
I don't believe you.
Unconvinced that he was just helping out, Officer Greg wants to confirm his story with the shop owner.
Do you have a contact details for Mr. Lin then?
I'm just not too sure whether he has changed his contact number.
Australian Border Force officers still have concerns that this Argentinian man may be trying to bring narcotics into the country inside a snowboard that he claims belongs to a friend.
When we did the swab of the snowboarding equipment, came up positive cocaine, but he was quick to deny the fact that any of that snowboarding equipment wasn't his. So we found that that was quite concerning, the fact that it's now summer and he's bringing in snowboarding equipment. He made admissions to me that he had used marijuana before. He said that he definitely had not used coke. I asked him if his friend had used coke. He said he doesn't know.
The X-ray has shown an inconsistent section inside that could be a concealment, so there are not many other alternatives but to drill the board.
Fetch higher profits with Ginger. Visit gingerapp.com to get started today.
It starts with Celsius. Feel like you feel good about it. I'm gonna need it. I'm training for life. From after-school pickups to meal prep to a 12-hour night shift. I don't have time to get ready. I've got to stay ready.
Dawn Patrol starts with a Celsius. I got a whole day to seize. First it's cardio, then it's a race against the clock. Free fuel. I've got 48 to do in 24.
It's 4:49 a.m. Grab a Celsius, lock in. I've got a goal to hit and a deck to conquer. A party to be the life of and all the essential energy I need to do it.
test of the extracted material will now be conducted. It's a negative result, which is enough to satisfy officers that there is no concealment. But he may be carrying something on his body, so a frisk search will be conducted.
Do you consent to the search?
Yeah. All right. I'm out.
The frisk search is all clear. And his pile of money has also been counted, and there is no issue, as it amounts to less than the 10,000 Australian dollar equivalent that needs to be declared.
Okay, mate, just so you know that we're very happy that you're not carrying any drugs with you today. So you're allowed to depart. Thanks, mate.
Thanks.
See you later.
And this relieved Argentinian has learnt a very valuable lesson about international travel.
I will never carry luggage for anyone.
However, in Brisbane, this passenger arriving from China has landed himself in considerable trouble, as he's just been caught carrying a packet full of one of the highest biosecurity risks.
So these are alive. What is this?
Fish worm.
So it's a fish worm.
Importing live organisms into Australia without a permit is extremely serious, as it risks introducing unknown diseases that could threaten our unique ecosystem.
So it's a live organism. They're very serious for quarantine.
First time to Australia, I don't know.
You were actually asked a question, do you have any animals, parts of animals, animal products including equipment, birds, fish, insects?
Oh,
You should have actually declared them as insects.
sorry, sir.
So these are a legal document, so you need to be very careful on what you're signing.
I don't know, this is a serious insect.
But his apology may be too late. And failing to declare such a high-risk item means this amateur angler could be facing a large fine, or worse.
You can be prosecuted. We do understand that overseas passengers do not know what is serious. That is why we ask you to declare everything on the card to allow us to make that assessment.
Worms are sealed and weighed, and the man waits anxiously as Officer Andrew discusses the appropriate penalty with his duty manager.
150 grams of live worms.
I just fishing. I don't know. Very serious.
Biosecurity management has decided on the appropriate penalty.
Returning to the card, this is a legal document. They are a live animal. It is one of the highest risks possible to us in quarantine, and I'm going to be issuing you with a $340 fine today.
The surprised passenger reluctantly agrees to pay the fine.
340, very expensive.
The worms will be destroyed, and the man will now need to source some local bait for his Australian fishing trip.
Today highlights the importance of the detector dogs in the airport. Anything that's alive or fresh is certainly a big risk coming in. So it's a really great find for the detector dogs today.
At the Sydney Mail Centre, Australian Border Force officers Dave and Carly are screening the incoming international mail. And it looks like a package containing a strange object may need investigating.
What do you reckon about this one?
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, it says
What country is it from?
Brazil. Looks like a machine part or something, but it's not consistent. It feels the machine part will be all metal, will be all blue. We've got this greeny shade of green, this line here. Yeah, so the line's uneven there. You wouldn't really expect that.
We better have a look at that.
The package is opened by Australia Post and then taken to the tool room for inspection. The contents of the box seems to match the declaration that states it contains a machine part.
It's heavy.
It's really heavy. It's some sort of machine part. You can see bits of glue in the hole there.
That is fairly uneven there. Hey,
Yeah.
do you think maybe that could have been welded and then re-welded and If we re-x-ray it and that has been re-welded, we should be able to see some sort of a joint mark there.
Without the packaging to interfere with the X-ray, this scan should give a much better image to show how the cylinder is constructed.
Oh yeah, there's definitely something in there.
Oh, yeah. You can see it.
Right.
Cracks through the top there and a bit of light stuff there.
What do you think? Drill it?
Probably have to. Being metal, you wouldn't be able to cut it.
The officers have no choice but to drill a hole through the metal and see if there is anything hidden inside.
When we go out to a client, we understand that's not our client. That's the CPA firm's client. CPAs are very comfortable with that. They know that we're there on their behalf. We're supporting them, and we're never going to do anything to hurt their relationship with that client. When I can go back to the CPA and say, yes, this client's going to save $100,000 in taxes this year, that's important. That's a big deal.
The educational piece of what we work on is critical. So that's why we devoted a portion of our staff and quite a bit of our time into putting on webinars, into putting on the intellectual educational piece to better explain that, with the idea that a more educated client is going to make all of us stronger. I think that the most important thing that we bring to our clients is allowing them to operate business as usual, while at the same time knowing that their tri-merit representative is keeping an eye on any of the potential opportunities that are out there, and is also keeping an eye on anything that may raise a red flag.
To let you know, we are considering cancelling your visa and not permitting you entry into Australia today.
In Sydney, this is Mr. Wang's last chance to convince Australian Border Force Officer Greg that he's only here for a few business meetings and not to work illegally in his friend's ceramics shop.
Okay. Do you wish to make any comments or make a response to the consideration that I'm currently undertaking?
My intention to come to Australia is I just want to seek investment and business opportunity to expand my career. And if Australian government doesn't want to allow me in, there's nothing I can do.
Okay. Now, so Mr. Wang, I have weighed up all the information that you made available to me, and I am satisfied the grounds for cancelling your visa outweigh the reasons for not cancelling your visa. Okay, and I have therefore decided to cancel your visa today and not allow you entry into Australia.
On top of this, Mr. Wang may now face a 3-year exclusion period from entering Australia. But for now, arrangements will be made to immediately return him to China on the next available flight. At the Sydney Mail Centre, Australian Border Force officers are drilling into a machine part sent from Brazil, which they believe could be loaded with narcotics.
Wipe out of there. I'll try and grab a sample off the drill bit there and test it.
There is a good chance that inside the cylinder is a significant seizure of cocaine, and a nick test will help determine if this is correct. The pink liquid needs to start turning blue.
There we go. There's the blue.
It's looking good.
Then it should turn pink, followed by a split of pink and blue.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Pink over blue.
pretty perfect. And that's a positive result for cocaine.
The cylinder and its contents will now be handed over to the Australian Federal Police. A test of the extracted material will now be conducted. It's a negative result, which is enough to satisfy officers that there is no concealment. But he may be carrying something on his body, so a frisk search will be conducted.
Do you consent to the search? All right. I'm not...
Frisk search is all clear. And his pile of money has also been counted, and there is no issue, as it amounts to less than the 10,000 Australian dollar equivalent that needs to be